This book is Indian No More by Charlene Willing McManus. So I'm just going to go ahead and start reading. What I'm noticing right at the beginning um, is that there is a note for readers and there is a language guide, which oftentimes readers like to skip over these details. I see a map and get started right away, which is fine, but I find that they're actually really helpful oftentimes. So I'm just going to take a look at the map and I'm seeing California and Oregon and where I'm guessing where her tribe is from. And then a note for readers. India No More focuses on an Umpqua family in the 1950s and includes both words and sayings in Chinooka, the language of the Confederated Tribes of Ronde, and a number of historical references. If you would like to help with or want to know more about anything you encounter in the text, please check the list of Chinooka words below or the glossary and pronunciation guide on page 171. Thanks for reading. Okay, so then there's a glossary, and then if I look towards the end on page 171, ooh, I'm starting to see some pictures that I probably don't want to look too hard into because I don't want to ruin anything for myself, but I see more definitions like arroz con pollo and stuff. All right, The Walking Dead, Chapter 1. Before being terminated, I was Indian. Now, I certainly don't mean I was killed off or anything. It was 1954. The United States government didn't do that anymore. They just filed away our tribal roll numbers, erased our reservation from the map. What were our tribal roll numbers? They were the numbers the tribe assigned to its citizens and used by the federal government to see who belonged to the tribe. So my number verified that I was Regina Petit, roll number 3669, daughter of John Petit, roll number 858, granddaughter of Maud Petit, roll number 25, and Sid Petit, roll number 18. That's really strange to have your numbers listed like that. And that was what made you Indian to the US government, numbers. Even after all that counting, the government chose to terminate us. I really don't know all the reasons why, but my sheik, my grandmother, said this much: termination means we're the walking dead. Now I ask you, how can we be dead if we're still walking? Chapter 2, Res Life. Now I know res, from at least from res dogs, referred to reservation. So this is the nation or the area of land that indigenous people live on. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me start at the beginning. I was born on the Grand Ronde Indian Reservation, just over 30 miles west from the state capital of Salem, Oregon. So actually, if we go back, we'll notice this is Oregon. So I'm guessing if it's west, west is this way. So Salem must be somewhere over here. I had lived there all my life. I didn't know any way to live other than as an Umpqua Indian. My family was Umpqua. I was Umpqua. That was just how it was. Living on the res, I played outside with my younger sister, Pee Wee. Her given name was Teresa, but nobody except our school teacher ever called her that. We ate wild blackberries and plucked blue larkspurs without any adults watching. Ours was a small reservation compared to others in Oregon. My people didn't bother the whites that lived around us. Our res owned a camp trailer that housed our health and dental clinic, a post office that used to be someone's house, and an everything you need from canned beans to carpenter nails store on the corner of Highway 22 and Grand Road. My elementary school was painted yellow, and we had an old cemetery down the road. Our ancestors were buried there, like Chuck Tim Tim, my grandfather, as well as Daddy's 5-year-old sister Bertha, who died from the flu epidemic of 1934. Down from the cemetery was the Petit family home. Our house, with chipped white paint and warped boards, was surrounded by acres of tall grasses, plots of fragrant mock orange, and a forest filled with chirping squirrels and robins. We had 3 bedrooms, a living room, a kitchen, a mud room, and a newly built bathroom with an indoor toilet. Getting a toilet inside was one of the happiest days of my life. When I was little, I dreaded stepping off the back porch to the outhouse before bed. It was too close to the woods. Daddy would have to coax me to go out. But Daddy, I'm scared. What about... Now, I see a word that might be in this glossary at the beginning. Oh, it is. There it is, right here on page, well, where the note for readers is. So this word is pronounced siyatku, siyatku, a tall, hairy creature that lives in the coastal woods, often referred to as Sasquatch or Bigfoot in English. Sasquatch I've heard of a lot, especially when I go down to Oregon. I'll see a lot of the Sasquatch stickers and stuff. So this in their language is called Siyatku. Siyatku. But Daddy, I'm scared. What about Siyatku? I peer out into the woods as Daddy grinned. Old Sasquatch won't bother you. First, he's shy. Second, he's over 6 feet tall and smells like a wet dog. And third, well, if he does bother you, you must have been misbehaving. And you can go ahead and continue there, but I need to go. Is your door